Hello and welcome back to the channel Held Dominant. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. Coming up, Saints Castleford called off, Delaware Black Foxes get into some social media trouble, and a news update from the Toronto Wolfpack. So before we go on to the silliness of one story and the repercussions coming out of the second, we have information that the Toronto Wolfpack has announced their new signing, and it is a coach of the coaching variety, as they have announced the signing of coach Matt Wyles to be joining the Toronto Wolfpack for their Canadian Cup games. Now, Matt Wyles is on the Wolverine side and has captained them from at least 2010. So he goes on to put this statement out. It's a huge honour to be given the opportunity to coach the Toronto Wolfpack. I'm looking forward to showcasing, promoting and developing domestic rugby league talent in Canada, which has been growing since 2010. Rugby league is a fast and aggressive and strategic sport that suits Canadian athletes very well. I'm excited to see how the response of interested athletes who want to be the next Wolfpack players. The Canada Cup, happening this summer, is a perfect opportunity for domestic players to get higher competition while trying to secure a contract for the 2022 season, when we will operate across North America in the NARL. So that is some good news coming out of Canada and the North American Rugby League, as the new owners at Toronto Wolfpack have seen that a player that has had 10 or 12 years experience, we'll say 12, but because we can't count COVID in this one, as a good leader for their team. As I said, he has been the captain of the Canada Wolverines and was looking forward to 2025 World Cup games being played in Canada for their attempts to qualify for the World Cup. So it's a good news for Toronto, and I hope it's the start of more news coming out of Toronto, ready for, as I said, this Canada Cup game. On this announcement, the Toronto Wolfpack said, Team Wolfpack are pleased and excited to announce our head coach Matt Wyles. Matt has all the attributes, not only as a coach, but as a person, to begin taking Toronto Wolfpack forward. So the next part of our video goes on to a little bit of a comment that came out of USARL Delaware Black Foxes match with the Philadelphia Flight, and they have started to be a bit rambunctious, shall we say, with the North American Rugby League team, Washington DC Cavalry, as they put out on the Facebook page, won over Philly / DC Cavalry 74-10 today. Well, that set the cat amongst the pigeons, as it was claimed that multiple players for the Washington DC Cavalry were involved in the actual game, which made the victory almost sweeter for the Delaware Black Foxes. But in came an angry Ryan Burrows, as he mentioned that a few players were only on training contracts, as there were two of them involved in the Philadelphia team, and was encouraging players to go out and play for clubs, get some game experience, which is a really, really good idea. With that, Burrows commented on social media, playing, not the same, amateur. 2 training contract guys played for Philly. 1 guy on contract contract for us played for you. And you think you beat us? You're disillusional. August, our full strength team, is back since the season was delayed. You want a game? You better train real hard. I'm giving you time because I promise I'm not going to let you guys up, and we're going to make every one of you rethink playing this sport. Wow, tough words. You want it? It's on. Our kit's coming and all that good stuff. We will host you and send you packing, and at the end of it, you'll be calling me Daddy. Now, I don't know if this game offer has been accepted yet, but it'll be one to be intrigued. To bring intrigue along, as these comments are fiery, and these two, if they bring up this rivalry, I think it will be a good game for us all to watch, and it will create eyes from both the NARL side and the USARL side. I hope it's nothing more than banter at the end of the day, but it has riled up DC and Ryan Burrows, who is the joint head coach, owner, founder of this team, the DC Cavalry. But we'll see how it gets on. It did rile them up so much that they actually put out a statement on Instagram. They said, "We want to clarify that the game that was played between Delaware and Philly this past weekend had no connection with the DC Cavalry organisation. We want to support the game of rugby league and help grow the game, but we are also extremely serious about our success as a club and professional franchise. Both Delaware and Philly had 2 players who have practiced with the Cavalry this month, and we encourage our players to try to get game experience wherever possible. We will continue to be transparent in our development as a club and ensure that we strive to be a success off the field as well as on it. Hashtag the Cavalry is coming." So as I said, I do hope it's just a bit of banter between the 2 clubs to create some interest, because there were social media buzzes from this, and it is a way to grow the game. A controversy, the banter, the rivalries. Oh, if there was a North American Cup for club sides, Canadian teams, USARL teams, North American Rugby League teams, West and East conferences. They could do it. They could invite 4 more teams into it, and them 2 got drawn together. Banter, battering, great game. I want to see this friendly now. I do. I want to see them play in a friendly. It's going to be intriguing, and it might be one not for the faint of heart. So Wednesday was supposed to have seen the game between Castleford Tigers and St Helens at the Jungle, because as a precursor towards the Challenge Cup final. But a few days beforehand, St Helens had been awarded a 24-0 victory after their Betfred Super League fixture at Castleford Tigers was cancelled. The Wembley dress rehearsal had been scheduled to take place on Wednesday night, but an unusual range of circumstances left Castleford unable to field a 17-man squad for the match. In addition to a lengthy injury list among their senior squad, the Tigers have a number of young players with first-team experience unavailable for selection as close contacts of a single COVID-19 positive case. And separately, Castleford Academy Tigers, Academy squad, have been advised to isolate as a result of 2 further positive tests. The match has been awarded to Saints with a 24-0 victory because Castleford just simply could not meet the threshold for postponement do not meet the threshold for a postponement under the COVID-19 framework. Of 7 senior players unavailable as a direct result of positive tests as close contact or as close contacts. It means another game that Saints have not played this month, having seen the games at Leeds and Hull KR postponed due to COVID outbreaks in the opposition's ranks. Saints, who have not played since losing to Warrington a week last Thursday, will take on Wigan at home on Sunday for their first match in 17 days. They are desperate to get into some playing rhythm ahead of the big day against the Tigers at Wembley on July the 17th. Earlier today, coach Christian Wolf had spoken of the frustration at seeing last week's game at Hull KR called off. This was before tonight's announcement had even been raised. Wolf said, I have been really happy with the way that we have trained for the last week and a half. We prefer no more games to be cancelled and getting into a bit of a rhythm, so to speak, where we play every week and get to preview, review and try and better ourselves every week, because that is what you do in terms of being at your best at the end of the year. The reality is COVID is going to interfere and will interfere again at some time. How quickly was he? It was a bit psychic when it came to that, wasn't it? It reared its head basically the next day. It's just one of those things that happened, I'm afraid. It's the way of the world and that we're going, and I keep saying that, and I hate saying it. I want it to stop so that games can be played. Never know, maybe the North American Rugby League could have been up and running. We could have been 3 weeks in. We just don't know. Anyway, on the cast side, they released a statement saying, Castleford Tigers are devastated that Wednesday night's Betfred Super League match with St Helens has been called off. The club will be looking to publish further details regarding supporters' tickets to the fixture in the coming days. The Tigers have just 14 first team players available for selection for the fixture Wednesday due to injuries, and following a young player within the first team environment testing positive for COVID-19, which resulted in 7 of our young first team environment players and joint first team and academy players needing to be stood down to contact tracing due to contact tracing protocols. Castleford Tigers are confident that it can field a team for the round 13 fixture of Super League 2021 against Huddersfield Giants on Tuesday the 6th of July. This is due to a number of players becoming available following treatment to small-scale injuries, and more of the young Tiger players within the first team and academy environments returning from self-isolation periods and being ready for selection. Yeah. So more into, and what we go more into the academy mentions, as I've stated before, and they publish through they've lost Peter Metaltia, Michael Shenton, Sosia Feki, Jake Truman, Liam Watts, Paul McShane, Grant Millington, Oliver Holmes, Chase Blair, Alex Foster, Jacques O'Neill, Jesse Senalafeo, Greg Eden, Suia Matagi even, Jordan Turner and Gareth O'Brien and Jason KK, who are all out. The young player Jason Kari even, sorry, my apologies, has had to self-isolate due to track and trace protocols following a positive COVID test from a classmate at his school. So yeah, it was going to be a Wednesday night rugby league game, which would have been excellent, as it's a day without the Euros going on. But we'll muster on. We'll look forward to the Thursday game, and on Monday I'll bring you the reviews and reports on all the Super League games that went ahead for this round 12. And that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide. Also remember to stay safe. Comment below how you're finding the new format. All the best, and I'll see you in the next video.